So time for something a bit different now. And part of what we're about on the channel is reusing things and trying to make sure things live up to their natural lifespan. And one of the things that we've been struggling with over the years is that cars have been getting much harder to work on. And I hate this car, especially compared to the Morris Minor that I had as my first car, which was very easy to work on. We had an issue last year where the key wouldn't turn in the ignition properly and we got stuck in Pembrokeshire. And we had to get it towed to a local garage near Haverfordwest. I won't name the garage, but they did a pretty poor job and took a very long time doing it to try to change the ignition barrel. In the process, they managed to break the horn, which operates through like a ribbon cable that goes through the steering wheel. I'm now going to have to do the job properly. So hopefully I just disconnect the battery terminal and I can start to do that. Movement. Something happened. The wheel moved. Did I do it? Did I do it? Can I see? Oh, chaos. Yes, I think I did it. Just took half an hour to remove one clip. And now, put the key in, I need to move the whole wheel around like this. And there's another one. So we do this, same thing, in there, let's see what we can do. Oh, that one was a lot easier. Okay, so this is out. This is an airbag. Be careful. It's explosive. I need to unclip it somehow. I have to pinch it somehow. Oh yeah, it comes off. Hooray. Explosive airbag. Put that safely to one side. Now we actually have to take the wheel off, so there's a hubby thing there with this weird hex bolt. Luckily I actually have some of those that came with the car. I just realised that the connector thing is in the boot and the battery is disconnected, so I can't open the boot because it's an electronic release. I have to climb in. Is it in my pocket? Oh, where's it gone? Where are you, phone? Oh, you're there. Okay. 12, M12. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, well done. Yeah, it's all right. I'm just being weird. That's pretty good. Okay. Just lift that off. You've got a steering wheel. You see that there's basically a spool of cable that is wound round inside there. And I think that is what's broken. In fact, I can... Yeah, it does not look like it's in the best condition. Mistaken, I don't even have one of the screw bits that I need to undo the trim tabs. It's just, I mean, even the Haynes manual is like, undo the screw, and I'm like, yeah, well, all right, but what with? I haven't got intermediate sizes with the kit that I've got. And now I don't have a car to go and get a new one with. Okay, so that did take a bit of head scratching, but I've managed to now remove the covers here, and I've managed to unclip the two clips at the top of the clock ring here, which is the item that I need to remove. I can actually now see a part number, which is good, but I might as well get it off because I'm going to need to get it off, and I need to try and work out how much of this I need to remove in order to free it up. Now I've got a voltmeter here, which I think if I set it to resistance, I don't know, I should be able to take one of the pins inside here, like this one, measure the resistance across the terminals by bridging that to that. See whether is that the terminal? That's connected. No. Something. Yeah, okay. That's. Yeah. Shoot. So, yeah, okay, that's that one. On pin 3, that's it. There, on pin 4, that's connected too. Shoot. They all show a connection. It seems like there was no issue whatsoever. I'm now a bit concerned because what that garage seems to have done is disconnect the airbag for the sake of getting it through an MOT and getting the car off their property, which has put our lives in danger. That is illegal. Right, so even though it's more effort to put it back together again, I have put it all back together again because I want to confirm that the problem was with the airbag. So after the rebuild last time, I think what had happened is that they put it back together again, the horn didn't work, and the airbag light was on, which it still is on now that I've actually reconnected the cable to the airbag. So the airbag warning light is on. The car starts, so the immobilizer functions. I don't know what I don't know what that steering wheel light is. I have to see. I don't know what the steering wheel light is, but something's up. Something's not happy. And I just wanted to do that to confirm what I'm saying is true, that the garage did in fact basically legally swindle us and endanger my life by and Lydia's. So I'm slightly I think this just goes to show this is a really complicated job, and even like trained technicians in garages, they're struggling to do this job too, do it well. So it is basically the car. This is a 20-year-old car, and things have got a lot worse. Cars are simply too complicated now, and I don't think I'll be alone in thinking that, and I'm sure you've heard and thought that yourself as well. But what I think with all the other changes that we've made in our lives, I feel like I am well beyond wanting to put up with a car that I can't fix because it's just too complicated. And I know there are going to be people out there who say, oh, it's just an Octavia, you should be able to fix it. This is too complicated. It should not be this complicated. I've been driving for a year without an airbag, without knowing it. So why do I need all this security and safety stuff? If I'd have had an accident this year in a Morris Minor, it would have been the same as in this probably, because that's made of thicker steel, so it would have lasted better. But this thing, without the airbag, is basically functionally useless. It would have killed me. I have to talk to you a little bit from the future now, because I've effectively kind of solved the problem here with the electrical continuity test. But at that time, I wasn't confident enough in my own test, my own sort of electrical nous. I didn't feel like I could confidently 100% rule out the clock spring as the source of failure, because it's the thing that everyone says is the common fault with these systems. The ribbon cable wears out and the system no longer works. Also, the MOT certificate from the garage had specifically said that there had been a wiring or clock spring fault in their report. Now, I shouldn't have trusted the garage even to tell the truth on the MOT certificate. However, that was all the information I had to go on. So I carried on down this rabbit hole of trying to replace the clock spring. So £10 later, and I've ordered a new clock spring. See, I'm still going down this path, and I don't quite understand why. I was like a dog with a bone. And I'm going to try and take the wheel off again. So it'll probably take me at least an hour, and then try and see whether this fits in, and then I have to put it all back together again and test whether that worked. That is the old one. It's a bit mucky, and this is the new one, which has got a cleaner interface, and I just think it's just disintegrated inside there. I didn't have anything else to base any other assumptions on, and all the information I had on the internet was leading me directly down this path, and I'm kind of frightened that it won't work and it'll have been a waste of 3 hours and £10. And it wasn't until later that I actually determined what was going on. Because I don't have the expensive diagnostic machine, this is all luck rather than judgment. Horn does not work. It's now about a week later, and I've got a new part here. I had a friend visiting for the last couple of days, which is great, but it meant I couldn't carry on. And now we're going to try and fit this new part, which is a replacement clock spring from a reputable manufacturer, Febby Bilstein. Oh. No. Hey. Wait. Okay. Pull that out. Turn this to center. Off. Get that off. This one off. And then we're on taking this off. That came off a bit worryingly easily. Right. Alright, that's all disconnected there. Well, that should mean that then I can pretty much just get at this, unclip it, and take it away. Yeah. There's just lots here to get confused about. Many of these different connectors could be broken, perhaps. It could be not correctly applied somehow. It's a complicated thing. So that's the old one. That's the old new one, which also didn't seem to work. Let's just hope it's these things, because otherwise it's going to be this thing, which would be probably hard to get hold of, or this thing, I'm not even sure it's safe to ship. We just put that new clock spring there, and I think then we can connect this back up, which I'll do from the underside. I connect up that clip and this clip, which is the one for the ABS, which I reconnected because someone had snapped it. And then I gently try to reposition this in such a way that it will fit. I think that's it. I will put a thread locker on this when it comes to the final fitment. It just means I have to take the steering bag off, but feel like it's going to be on and off a few times because obviously I have actually fixed this in a few times now, and I don't really trust that it's going to be the end until it is the end. Clipped in. Right. All important moment. Okay. So airbag lights on. Steering wheel, it's off, on again. Now the steering wheel alignment light is on, so I wonder what would happen if I go for a drive. Right, the steering wheel alignment light is on. Start the engine. Just want to see whether the steering wheel alignment light should now go off. Sorry that I'm not filming that for you, but yeah, and the steering wheel alignment light went off, and the airbag light remains on. And I hate this car with quite the passion.
The light's still on and the horn doesn't work.
I didn't check the horn. The airbag light is on.
The airbag light's on.
So it's a few days later now, and I've done what I probably should have done originally, which is to buy an onboard diagnostics tool. This is effectively a computer that talks to the computer in the car to try to work out what we can do from a diagnostic perspective. Upper limit exceeded. Driver side airbag igniter. So I now have a replacement module which may or may not work, and I have this reader. I think what I need to do is try to maybe read some settings from this module, or let's plug it in to see whether that's possible before I extract it. So I'm going to connect the battery, take a reading with the scanner, and then make a note of the number that I find. Coding, enter. I'm willing to accept the risks. Yes, it's broken already. Please write down the original values. I'm not writing them down. I'm recording them to put on YouTube. And then disconnect the battery, remove this, put the new one in, and then hope that I can then use the scanner to make sure that the new one, the new module, steering control module, has the correct configuration. Yeah, I accept the risks, and we want to go OK. That one actually has, I think, the same configuration as the previous one, so it doesn't need changing. This car obviously now is in danger of costing more to get back on the road than it would be to sell it. And that's frustrating, because it's just the horn that was broken to start with. Just the horn. Like I could literally have just got a squishy horn to sound, and it would have got through the MOT. If I'd have done that, I wouldn't have been any the wiser. Oh, now it's time to disconnect the battery again, and let's reassemble it all. Connect up the airbag. Right, lovely. I have a thing connected. Airbag. Now for the moment of truth. Okay, let's go for it again. Get the key. Connect it up. Oh no. Oh, the horn's working, but the airbag light is off. And the wipers aren't working. Well, the good news is I've fixed what I set out to fix. The bad news is that I broke everything else. So I think this is why the car took so long to work on last time, because I think basically they gave up. They thought this is too much. They've obviously been through all this and just thought, well, I'll just snip the cable. Function limitation due to insufficient voltage. Oh, there's another fault code. So we're going to go there and then we're going to get that one, which is lower limit exceeded supply voltage. So I might not have connected something up properly. When I put this in and do the ignition, I think the airbag light is going to go out and stay out. So we fix the horn and the airbag light is off. The problem is, we turn the wipers on and nothing happens. And of course we have those voltage supply warnings. So the car is currently at the MOT station, hopefully getting its MOT a few weeks late, and we've borrowed someone else's Panda in the meantime, which has been lovely. Thank you, Sue, for lending us the Panda. Beautiful.
Happy days. Engine's running, ready for the MOT.
So we've got good news. Yesterday the car passed the MOT.
Ooh, what a beautiful place we live in.
Unfortunately, we've also got bad news, and basically I'm at the point where I hate Volkswagen, I hate capitalism, I hate everything that contributed to this Skoda's failures. But anyway, so we now have a steering wheel alignment sensor fault, which is meaning that the power steering won't turn on. So the car works, it is legal to drive it on the road, but the power steering doesn't work. So it's heavy manual steering, basically. I do like manual steering in old cars, but not in new ones where the rack hasn't been designed for manual operation. So I need to try and fix this. And if I don't fix this, to be honest, I'm at the point where I want to sell the car. Get rid of it at any cost, get it off my driveway, and get something sensible and old-fashioned that I can fix myself using a spanner. Don't say I haven't warned you. I've laid it on the line for you time and time again. Well, that's it. I'm going to give you a damn good thrashing. That's it, you stupid car. Which is why I'm going to be selling this lovely Mark II Skoda Octavia estate. This kind of digital gatekeeping that Volkswagen has baked into this car is exactly the sort of thing that is antithetical to the philosophy of the cottagers. It means that you can't easily fix it without taking it to their computer and paying them an awful lot of money, effectively protection money, to unlock it and make it work again. This is basically, as far as I'm concerned, it's criminal. It might not be, but it feels criminal. So I'm going to buy a car that we can actually look after ourselves, fix ourselves. And maybe even something that will feel like an upgrade, in its cuteness at least. Something that would look just right, furnishing the streets of somewhere beautiful like Naples.
Approaching out to Birmingham New Street, this is Birmingham, your next station called.
So I have bought a Fiat Panda. After seeing them everywhere in Italy, I was very excited, and I found basically, I think the earliest, basicest, 1.1iest, slowest, simplest example that I could find, and it was in Wolverhampton, 36,000 miles on the clock. It's basically after 22 years, it's not done many miles. So owned by an old elderly gentleman, well looked after. It's just had its brakes recommissioned and all those things, and had some welding done. So it's in a really good condition, really sharp, and hopefully it will be okay. I've got probably 2.5 hours now of driving across Wales in a brand new, new to me car that I'm getting to trust it. I'm now at now beyond Bridge North, heading to Ludlow, so I'm a bit into the journey, probably 25 miles or something, but it is nice so far. I really like it, and it's very basic, and that is just the way I like it.
These industrial injuries.
So there you go, different car. I think a classic probably would have been better in terms of our real aversions to modern stuff, and wanting something that was actually going to be simple and easy to work on. These are a lot simpler to work on than the Skoda, but they still do have computers inside of them, even though they're relatively modest cars. Anyway, I hope someone out there found that an interesting video. I did want to put it out on this channel, mainly because it just didn't feel like a right fit for the cottages itself, but also because I still wanted to tell a portion of the story as part of another video that's coming out on the main cottages channel in a few days' time, hopefully. It's been a tough few months trying to get all this sorted, a big distraction, and I've been quite unwell during that period as well, which hasn't helped with doing it quickly. So nothing huge to worry about. It's just that I've got an outpatient appointment soon, and find out exactly what's going on. It's just pain in my abdomen. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and see you again soon. Oh, it's called Tintin, by the way.